be our first tour. Spring has sprung. There's a lot to do out here. My husband just put up this archway. This is where we were supposed to be married, but it flooded the yard that day with just unprecedented rain, so we weren't married here. I put in this makeshift patio for temporary. We're going to eventually pour a new patio and walkway. Well, maybe not pour, maybe we'll put it down like our patio out here that we did last year, our fire pit patio. So this was one of last year's projects. Needs cleaned up quite a bit. So these posts are going to be stained, and then I'm going to put on some pot hanger things, and I'm going to grow some vining plants up it. And then you can't see them in the video, but there are fairy lights strung from each of the posts. And on those fairy lights, I'm hoping the vines will grow across. We'll have vining flowers across the fairy lights. And you can see these fairy lights are on a solar box down here. And they work year-round. Purchased those at Amazon. And this is my daughter's sandbox that we made last year, but we've decided that we're going to move it somewhere else because little Rusty's house is not large enough. My husband has to put new plastic on these doors. High winds that ripped those off. We got little Rusty back from breaking a tie rod in. He's got only 30-something hours on him. Our tiny little deer may not get used much this year. This is little Rusty's fortress. And here's the chicken tractor. My son and I made this chicken tractor last year. My son's special needs and he doesn't really like doing a lot of projects and outside things, but I thought this would be a great project for us. We didn't have any plans for this, but we just kind of figured it out in our heads. We went to Menards and we got some PVC pipe and kind of laid things out on the floor there at Menards. And just kind of figured it out in our minds. So I've got chicken wire across the sides. There's nothing on the bottom, and then I devised this little system with a carabiner. And then I unwind this. And this netting just comes up, and that's their little door to get them in and out. Say hello, Maui. So I just wrap this until it's tight. And then clip on the carabiner. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. That holds that door down. And I have this cloth over the top for shade. These little sticks just keep it up here at the top. And I sealed everything with just twist ties. This is our chicken coop. I just took the plastic off and covered it in plastic for the winter. These are our of 4 girls that are getting their turn today. Hey girls. Good morning. Good morning, girls. So we've got our food hanging from the top, our water. We've got some swings, some posts for them to bounce around on so they don't get bored in here. And there's their little sandbox. I keep a shovel on top of this, which keeps the rooster from jumping up there and pooping all over it. I forget to put it on and he poops on it, and then when I raise this up, I've got a little hook here. The poop will fall inside. So far today it looks like we've got 3 eggs in this box. Oh, I'm gonna have to go get all of my baskets are inside. So here, excuse me, pardon me. These ice cream jugs work really well for a lot of things. I call it a jug. It's actually just an ice cream container. You can buy these cheap. Everybody knows that. Save them, and you can use them for all kinds of things. Water and food. And today I'm going to use it for an egg basket. Alright. What? Are you sure? I'm just here to get your eggs, so I got a little hook here. And I put the basket or tub there. So we have 7 hens and a rooster, and we looks like we got our usual 7 eggs. They lay throughout the winter months because we have a light in here. These are fake. We got these from Tractor Supply. That just is supposed to encourage them to lay. So then I put this down. Secure it here. And I put the shovel back on top because it deters my rooster from pooping. And then I can scrape it if it poops. Chicken poop is something you gotta fight. The struggle is real. Alright? Bertha, Betsy, Barbara, and Beatrice. I don't know their names. We just call them different bee names. Excuse me, ladies. So I leave 4 in here, and I've got 4 in the tractor. And then the tractor moves. Trouble getting this one-handed. All right, got a little carabiner here. Carabiners are great for everything. And then we've got the water system here. This is, sorry for the mess, we got to clean this up. I'll probably forget those. This is our gutter on our little lean-to here that we built into our chicken coop. And this gutter goes down into this water barrel, and this is the chickens. And I use this for gardening too, but mostly for chickens. Sometimes if you want a little bit more, what do they call it? Nitrates in the soil. Use rainwater versus your hose water. So plants will like that and give them a little bit more nutrients. Alright, so open this up for ventilation and sunlight during the day for our babies. we've got doors here for cleaning, and that's something that needs to be done. We haven't done our winter cleaning, our spring cleaning after our winter. In the winter time, everything gets all frozen up, so you can't clean it out unless you had a chisel. So we're gonna wait till spring, and then, you know, it gets really muddy back here, so I've been waiting for it to be dry enough. It's nicer when, still a bit moist here, it's nicer when we can drive little Rusty back here and just scoop everything directly into him. And then our compost, we got a pile here that we'll do later, but our current compost pile is over here. And I'll show you that. We've got lots of brush from trees that fell, and we got some woodworking projects that didn't get cleaned up. Fence is falling down. This is our compost pile where all of our chicken shavings will go. And then we'll use this back into the garden. This was previously my composting, or not composting, my potting station, but I've got a new station for Christmas. So that's over here. Hi. This is my potting station that I got for Christmas. It's pretty cool, pretty nifty. Who are you talking to? Nobody. Nobody. I'm just making a video. All my to-do lists and my things for the garden. We got a bare slate here. I need to paint the trellises and the sides this week. And I need to go through and clean out the pathways and get them all leveled. This weekend we cleaned out the beds, got them ready to accept compost. In this area, this is going to be potatoes. Potatoes, potatoes, potatoes. The center is going to be this really pretty ivy that's growing up, hopefully. And then I'll probably have some flowers down here in a cross pattern. Here's all the stuff I have started. Some of it I bought from the nursery. The stuff that's growing came from the nursery. Stuff that's dying is stuff that I planted. I had a great deal of difficulty starting plants and keeping plants alive. These are basil, we got dill, parsley, oregano, got kale, not kale, chard, not rhubarb chard. It looks like it's not doing super great because every year I start and every year I fail. And then they die. This was supposed to be strawberry spinach. I germinated the seeds. I transplanted the germinated seeds into these. They did okay for a while. Then I put it in the greenhouse. Didn't water it enough, and they all died. So there goes a packet of seeds from my gardener. So I got plenty of flowers. Did find some strawberry plants. We're going to devote a whole bed to strawberries this year. And I got some herbs because I'm an herb growing failure with my starts, as you can see. Here's our greenhouse we just put up. I haven't figured out how to use this yet correctly. I've got my fan going and solar. This is kind of interesting. This is a Venus flytrap. I found it in the garden. We had just let it die. I thought it would die, and we'd buy another one this year. But it's still, it's coming back. So apparently, it wants to live enough. Back here, this is our woodshed, where we dry wood. Here we've got stacked wood. And then we got some refuse that needs cleaned up. Totally needs cleaned up. Awful. So that's all of that. And this is our lawn and garden shed here. And then back here's just our kind of recreation shed. And then here's where we keep our chicken supplies, some tools and things, and a metal trash can to keep your chicken food. Have a fridge out here that we can use for eggs and a freezer. I'm going to try to use some lime and do the whole water glassing thing for the first time and see if I'm a failure or a success at that. Hopefully that's successful, because we have about, I don't know, well, let's count at 17, probably about 25 dozen eggs. Family slows down on eating them, and chickens don't slow down on laying them. So around here, oh, this is going to be planted with probably sweet pea flowers is the goal, but we'll see. Hopefully I can get something to grow up over these. On my trellises, I usually do cucumbers and peas. This year I'm going to do some pole beans up on, see, have some pole bean seeds that I haven't used. This one needs all cleaned up. Oh, this was a mint bed last year, so I need to clean this up. Everything's all dry, dead. Planted a blackberry bush, some black raspberries there last year, and a blueberry there, and last year we had cantaloupe and watermelons growing up beside the fence. Over here, this is our squash garden. We throw our pumpkins and our squash over here and just let it ramble, because this is the area where there's not much traffic, not much goes on, and if it's not used for plants, it's used for trash, and don't like that. So here's what we've got. Now this is my vermiculture bin. I screwed up and I put some salty things in here, so I don't know if I've got anything growing, or I mean, if I've got worms in there still or not. So I need to go through this and turn it and maybe sift it. We'll see. Put it on the beds if there's anything in there. We'll have to see the state of it before I do that. We got lots of leaves to pick up, mulch, and start another one of these for this year. And we got a tree down over here. It's got to get chopped up and used for wood. I usually do plants around this pole here, plants here in pots. We gotta use a little rusty to get this wood taken to the back and split. Then I have roses and some lilies and things that grow in here. Around this circle, it needs all cleaned up for the birds. And up front here, we've got crocuses. And these pots are just usually full of various flowers and maybe some hostas. I like to keep lots of bird feeders around.